Alright, hey guys. So for today's shave, of course it's another dome shave. I'm still growing out the beard. Like I told you in my last couple of videos, I did trim it up quite a bit. I'm still cleaning it up a little bit around the edges here and down here. As you can see, the hairs are a lot shorter. And I'm doing it every couple days. I don't know, I guess I could, make a video with me doing it, and I'm kind of been back and forth if I want to just even let this grow out even more for maybe another couple months and then just go into a professional barber to have them really line it up really well and then follow their lines. But yeah, I don't know, so far I'm really undecided. But for today's shave for the dome, we're at 24 hours and we're going with the Vector. And I gotta say, for lining up my beard, the Vector is probably my top razor besides a straight razor, just because it's so easy to figure out where that line is with a single edge, just like it is with my straight razor. I have used double edge on the face though, but I don't know, I kind of prefer the Vector or my straight razor, which I haven't used my straight razor in a while. It's kind of upsetting that I have such a nice straight razor and now I have a beard. I don't know, we'll see. I've been tempted to use a straight razor on my head, but I'm unsure. I've used the feather Japanese Kamasori style shavette. I've used that on my head. I've used that on my head without even a mirror. Back when I used to shave in the shower. So I think I would do okay with a straight razor. I don't know. I've been more intimidated, I guess, than anything about it. But for today's shave, we're using Leviathan again. I'm getting close to the end of the puck. I already had a nice ring of depth, and what I did is I scraped it from the edges and compiled it into the center. And I already have another ring of depth. And you can see it's pretty see-through even in the parts that aren't in the middle. So I'm not sure, we're pretty close to killing this sucker. And that's why I'm using it today on my video. I guess I could have used something that you haven't seen before, but I'm trying to kill this, so I've been focusing on this. We do have the matching splash. And I gotta say, the more I have used the Leviathan over the last month or so, even though it's hot as hell right now here in Key West, the more I enjoy using it and the more I like it. But for today, I don't think I've done a video with this brush, but I decided to pull it out just because it's been such a long time since I've used a Mozingo. I mean, I used the Mozingo probably in the last week, but I haven't used the ZT3 in a while. So Brett Mozingo no longer is making brushes. He stopped, and here is one of his ZT3s. I actually have 3 total ZT3s, and I have too many ZT4s. I have 3 28mm ZT4s. I have a 26 and a 24, so I have 5 ZT4s. I find both batches are very enjoyable hair to use. You can see it's nice and soft, longer white tips, just really, really great hair. A lot of people say the ZT2 was the best. There wasn't very many ZT1s made, from my understanding. I was seeking out a ZT2, but then I just stopped because I got burnt out of looking for one, to be honest, when I enjoy the ZT3 and the ZT4 quite a lot. The reason that I have so many ZT4s though is because some Mozingos, they bloom pretty big. As you can see, this one's not super big. This is a 28 and it covers about a cheek. But I have one ZT3 that you would swear is a 30mm. It's way bigger footprint wise than this. And his ZT4s aren't nearly as bad. But they still bloom pretty big as well. And the thing with the ZT4s is I wanted to try different sizes. So I originally was going for a 24 because I heard that the 24mm ZT4 was very close to some Bartletts, and I really enjoy the Bartlett, so I was like, oh, it's worth it giving it a shot. And I enjoyed, we're going to start loading, so I haven't bloomed the puck or anything, but I enjoyed Bartlett a lot, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to get send a handle in for a ZT4 24mm. And it's a really nice knot. I like it. I enjoy it. Is it my favorite knot? No. Is it in my top 3 favorite? No. Is it in my top 6? Maybe. Yeah, probably, actually. Now, after I got that, a person that had a 28mm ZT4 reached out to me knowing how much I liked my 24. I wasn't really looking to get a 28. But the person needed to move it, and I was like, yeah, why not? I'll buy it, because if I don't like it and I don't use it enough, I'll sell it. And man, it was nice. Not my favorite handle, but not a bad handle, and the price was good. So that's how I got 2 ZT4s. And then I heard Brett was going out of business. He publicized it. So FOMO hit me, and I was like, fuck, this is my last chance to get any more ZT4 knots from him. So I had Ryan at Turning by Tans make me 2 custom handles that are breathtakingly gorgeous. And we sent those 2 handles to Brett to have tied. So again, FOMO hit me on that one. I decided to get 2 just because no more were going to get made. So I was like, you know what? I want to get 2. And if anything, if I want to sell them, it probably won't be that hard to sell them in the future just because they're not made anymore. And we're going to load some more. When I got them back, they were both different from each other. One of them was very similar to my other ZT4s, especially my 28. The other one that I got was a little bit more stiff, so it seems like to me maybe Brett rushed that one a little bit more, and he didn't loft it as high as the other ones. And it's not super high backbone, or what I would consider high backbone, but it's higher than my other Mozingo brushes, especially my ZT4s. So I have thought about selling one of them, but I have no idea which one. I think that's a good start right there. Add a little bit of water. So I have thought about, let's use some more of that and everything we got in that tub. It's kind of a nice little work-in pre-shave. Now you can see, I'll clean that out later, but we just took quite a bit of that soap. Like I said, it was pretty thin everywhere. It doesn't come off great in the camera, but in person I could see through a lot of that soap just now. That it has a couple more uses and it's going to be gone, which is nice. I have a nice feeling when I kill a soap, even one that I enjoy and I like. Especially with as many soaps as I have right now. I'm really trying not to get any more soaps. I have one more soap on the way, and that's a PAA soap, and it's a mashup between Rabbit Banana and Clown Fruit, so it's called Rabbit Clown. And Clown Fruit is, I'm not sure if it's a top scent for me, but it's at least a top 3 scent for me in the wet shaving community. It's just so fruity and unique and different to me. Going straight to the dome. But then my last ZT4, I got it on kind of a whim. So, if you guys know, follow me on social media, you know I really love Halloween. Yeah, I'm kind of a sucker for anything Halloween. And I really can't decorate like I used to when I lived in an apartment or in a house, because in an RV, I don't have room to keep storage for all the decorations, to be honest. So I really don't decorate like at all. So once I found out Paladin had what they call their Dark Holler Halloween Special brushes, which they have a couple different ones, but one of the ones I liked the most was the Jacks, the Pumpkin Jacks. And once I saw that, I was like, oh man, I gotta get one. And once I had one, I was like, I gotta get one in each color they offer, which is an orange, a black, and a white. And you know, the colors are called like ebony and butterscotch and like antique ivory or something like that. But I got one of each of those, and in my pursuit for those, I found a gentleman that had a Paladin skull and snake handle. It's also one of the Halloween releases from a couple years ago, and he had it knotted by Brett and Mozingo with a 26mm ZT4. And I love that Halloween theme stuff, so I was like, oh man, like, I'm gonna get that handle just because of that. But it's also cool that it's a ZT4. So that's how I ended up with 5. And I know one of them that I'm not gonna sell is that Skull and Snake. I'm too into the whole Halloween thing, I think, to sell that one. And so it's obviously either going to be my 24mm or one of my 28s. But I'm leaning to it being one of the 28s just because I have 3 of those. And I kind of feel like I'd rather keep one of the smaller ones. Just because even though it's a 24, it's as big as some of my 28mm brushes and other brush makers. And this is a Schick P30, and I'm not sure how many shaves I have on it, but it seems like a lot, and it's still smooth as hell. One thing I learned though with the Schicks is because of their size, once I take apart the razor after this and clean it and then take the razor blade out to let dry, it's a little tricky to get the razor blade out because it's so snug that it takes me a little bit to get it out. But back to Mozingo and this brush. Look how gorgeous it is. It's hard to see again because of my phone. I think you can kind of see some of the shimmer there. But it's just gorgeous, like blue. So you can see the shimmer there. And then what he did is he put like a black shimmer and gray over that. So in the light, you can see it really, really well. Maybe I can get it out here so you guys can see it. No. But it's gorgeous in person. Hard to see over camera and in pictures though. But I like the ZT3 and ZT4 quite a bit, to be honest. Again, is it a number 1 or number 2 of mine? No, I don't think it is. I do recommend, if you find one for a decent price on the used market, to buy it. I would say I'm a little upset with how my 1ZT4 came out from Brett. You know, I never contacted him just because I knew he was going out of business, so I wasn't sure if there was really much he would even offer me at that point. But that one, you could tell that it was a rush job, like just for how it was set, and you can even see a little bit of the glue bump. So if you look at, you can see the glue actually on some of the hairs on one of my ZT4s. And which sucks because man, the handle is just gorgeous. Ryan, turning by Tans just did an awesome job on those handles for me. So even though the knot was a little rushed, I just find it so gorgeous of a handle that I don't know if I could let that one go, to be honest. Alright, round one went really nice. Get some... Oh yeah, that went really nice. Wipe off my hands. Get some agua on here. Refresh. See if I got to go back to the puck. Now between ZT3 and ZT4, they are quite a bit different. ZT4, and see, it's kind of hard for me to say because my ZT3s I bought used, so you know they were already broken in. Where my ZT4s, I bought almost all of them basically brand new. In ZT4, when you first buy it, the hairs feel kind of prickly and almost scratchy, but I would say after about 20 uses, it breaks in really nice. I mean, look at this. Like, this is why I like Barrister Man soap so much. Like, it's super slick right now. It's nice density. And this brush is just working so well with it. Because, like I've said in some other videos, lately, some of my brushes, it's taken me... Like, I'll have to go back to the puck to load after each round with my head. And, you know, with a head shave, you do have to use more soap than you do with your face. So, you know, sometimes it's hard to account for that. But this hair does so well at loading and releasing, like, it's just great. So I don't know if ZT3 hair was the same way, right? I don't know if it was super prickly and it took a long time to break in. But I can tell you, out of the two, I enjoy both of them. I enjoy both of them enough that I would... I don't foresee me getting rid of all my ZT3s or all my ZT4s. Like, I will always have at least one of each going into the future. And yeah, that's kind of my thoughts with Mozingo and the ZTs. No longer do I feel the need to look for a ZT2. I started realizing, like, it's, even if it is, say, better than my ZT3s or my ZT4s, it's probably not that much better to, one, spend a bunch of time searching for one, and then two, when I find one, somebody just wants an arm and a leg for it, because I don't know, what I've noticed in this community is people for some reason think, one, like, a lot of their shave gear is worth more, especially if it's limited, right? Like, oh, because it's hard to find a ZT2, I paid $200 for mine, but now it's worth $600. Like, it's not the case, people. And I mean, maybe if you can find the right buyer, it is, right? Like, but you know, I've bought a lot of brushes in the last year. I've spent quite a bit of money. You know, I went from no luxurious brushes to now I have, I don't know, I just traded 3 this last week, so I would have to recount, but I'm getting 1 back, so go over that real quick. So I recently traded, because I was trying to sell one of my TMS L4s, one of my Declaration Grooming B11s, and my Dogwood B6 that's 26 millimeter, but it felt pretty small. It felt like a 24 to me, but it's a 26. And I'm a little impatient with that stuff, I guess you could say. So round 2 went perfect. We're going to go for 1 more round as a cleanup. I'm a little impatient when it comes to that kind of stuff, trying to sell things, and I thought I marked them at pretty good value, but you know, I didn't even really get too many people that were serious. I had people hit me up about them, but you know, you can kind of tell when somebody's serious when they're not. And so I knew a guy that was trying to sell a Declaration Grooming B16. The pour is called, it's the soap, Reverant. It's a purple and silver pour, and I really like B16. B16 is a top 3. Not for me. And I already do have, I think 4. I have a cold B16, I have a battery force B16, I have a 2077 B16, and a Become Physics. So I have 4. So did I really need a 5th one? No. But at the same time, I wanted to move some of my brushes because I feel like I have too many. And at the same time, this guy wanted to get rid of his, so it makes sense, and it was an easy swap to do for the both of us, because he's making out because he could sell those 3 brushes for more than what he was asking for that Declaration, because he's willing to, you know, hustle and take the time to sell those things. And me, I went out because I have 3 less brushes. I got, you know, that one coming in, but I basically got rid of 2 brushes, so I downsized a bit and got one that, well, I will enjoy using that much more. Oh, that's nice. There we go. Round 3. And so I definitely got to look at my brushes again to see if there's any more that I'm ready to move, but like I've told you guys in prior videos, I kind of went crazy because I wanted to try all these brushes that people said were the best things since sliced bread, and that's what I did. I went out and tried them all, so now I'm ready to kind of start reducing some of those to the ones that I really love and enjoy, and move the ones that I'm just not using that much. Oh, man, that's nice. So this is going to be a little bit quicker of a video for me, but it was still awesome. Glad you guys could come along with it. Sun's setting here in Key West if you can't tell. But for recap, we used the stainless steel SS Vector. We used the Mozingo ZT3, beautiful brush. And we used B&M Leviathan. Catch you guys on the next one.